What is going on, guys? Welcome to the video. It's Brando Linick here. Hey there. And I appreciate you for coming by. This is going to be a conversation on how to start a business, and the example I'm going to be using is a warehouse business. And there's a lot of different ideas and tips I could throw your way here, different approaches you could take when it comes to starting a warehouse business. But on top of all this, I'm also going to cover some things that I've taken along the way over the last couple of years and months to create a full-time income business working part-time. So you're going to want to pay attention. And I figured I'd set the stage here and say, if you're looking at starting a warehouse business, because you want to build a business to make money, alright, if that's really what you're looking for, to make money, and you want to do so in a highly profitable, lucrative way where you can do what you want, when you want, wherever you want, this is the right video for you, because the first thing you need to understand when getting involved in any type of business, and the example we're using in this video, a warehouse business, is the business model itself. And I'm going to do a little bit of a brief review on it, because having gotten around people who have made money with a warehouse business, people who haven't made money, I'll tell you, every single one of the people who I've gotten around who has made money, they understand a few key concepts, but the upfront investment that they had to put towards, over 10,000 up to and over 100,000, I would advise you, if you don't have that budget set aside and you can't really afford that, I would advise you, before you consider this, if you are looking at this because you want to start a business to do what you want, when you want, wherever you want to create a business to make money that's profitable and won't take you, 2 to 5 years to finally turn a profit and make an income for yourself, I'd advise you, if you don't have the budget set aside, okay, and you got to ask yourself, do you want to deal with equipment, supplies, employees, all the things that are associated with a warehouse business, alright? Do you want to deal with those things, or do you just want to build a business to afford your lifestyle, to do what you want, when you want? And I figured while you're asking yourself these questions, I would throw at you a lead here, alright? And if you hear me out here for a minute, my experience with this goes back over the last year and a half when I came across a person who was building a business and making a ridiculous amount of money. They didn't have to, invest tens of thousands and even hundreds of thousands of dollars. They didn't have to create their own products and services. They didn't have to go out and hunt people down for their business. They were having people attracted to them, alright? And they're doing so through the internet. They're building a business online, and because they were doing this and operating in different locations, they weren't limited to a certain place to operate their business. They could pick up wherever there's an internet connection, like live there, right? And because they were doing this and building a business, a high multiple six-figure income business, I started to model and copy what they're doing. Less than 30 days later, not average, not typical results, but when it comes to the business world in general, any kind of result is not typical, it's not average, because you got to put in work, you got to learn things, and that's exactly what I did. In less than 30 days, I was able to create from zero, from scratch, a full-time income business working part-time. And I'm not saying that the internet is the only way to go, alright? But I figured while you're asking yourself those questions, if you're really wanting to learn how to start a warehouse business and that's your calling, then I can point you in the right direction. Comment down below. But if you're looking at it because you just want to build a business where you can do what you want, when you want, wherever you want, the best thing that you could do, alright, the best tip I could give you is learn the skills required to building a business online. And it does require work. You do have to learn some things. If, you think that pushing a button all of a sudden overnight is going to build a business for you, that's not the way it works. I don't even think that exists. But the internet is the most profitable, highly lucrative business model you could tap into, where you don't have to deal with that overhead, because with a lot of overhead, it cuts down your profit margins. And in order to keep your profit margins up as high as possible, you can't have that much overhead. And I hope that makes sense. And if that does make sense to you, and like I said, you're really looking at being your own boss, to do what you want, when you want, wherever you want, but you don't want to take on all that overhead, best tip I would give you, alright, learn the skills required. Connect with someone who's building a business online. There's a lot of noise out there when it comes to building businesses online. There's a lot of different business models you could start online. But the best tip I would leave you with is not just to start an online business, or look into it at least seriously, but only if you want to start a business, for time, freedom, leverage, and flexibility. Alright, if you're really looking for that, best thing you could do, internet business model. But because there's so much noise out there, last tip I would leave you with, connect with someone who's building a business online. Connect with someone. There's a lot of noise out there. It can be overwhelming and frustrating if you're trying to figure things out yourself. So I hope you enjoyed this video as much as I did put it together for you. It's been a blast. I look forward to doing another conversation on this a little bit more in depth. But aside from that, if this did make sense to you, alright, and you want to build a business to have a life, if you want to build a business to do what you want, when you want, wherever you want true leverage, true flexibility, it will require work, but if you're not afraid of some work, you're not afraid of learning some things, it's a short learning curve, okay? And if you want to learn how to do it and build a business online, connect with me. It's 123marketingtips.com. I'll put a link down below to my site, but I look forward to seeing your success story, my friend, and whatever road and approach you take, I look forward to seeing you on the beaches of the world. Take care.